Okay, good morning, everyone. Uh, uh, so first, let me introduce myself. You can call me Mr. Nur Muhammad. Yes, like my name tag in here. In this session, we will learn about evacuation and referral system. So when we in the emergency setting or in the street outside, uh, we can meet uh, an accident, an event that will affect mass casualties. Then we as witness will help them. So we have to make sure the patient or the patient that not uh, tidak mengalami, not making any injuries more severe. Okay. So first about the transport patient. In here there is patient. Yeah, maybe male, maybe 25 or 27 years old with uh, lower consciousness, maybe from Glasgow Coma Scale lower than 8. So we have to evacuate this patient to the near hospital or to the higher hospital. So in uh, this patient, we can transport to ambulance. So here he used helm. Then if we have to we want to transfer, the main problem for patient is in this area, cervical, because in this area there is nerve, main nerve. If it is broke, it will, yeah, maybe uh, the apa not breathe. So patient will be more severe condition. So maybe I want one atau two person to help me assist this patient, maybe to apa to simulate this. In this patient, we have to remove the helm, yes, and how it. So first thing first, we have to fix that this neck. If use helm, use two people in this my side, like here, and then the other people from that side, like this. Which is fix the neck. Okay, try. Give it. Like this. Yes, like this. Yes, and then this side of people, this side, remove the helmet slowly. Do not apa do not fast because it can break the neck.
Diangkat gini, Mas.
Ya, nah, ya. Oh, slowly. Yes. After that, I can reset like this, and then the other people put the collar neck. There is two type of collar neck, rigid and soft. When we use it, there is no there is no difference. There is no significant. If there is rigid, use it, or there is soft, yeah, use it. this will make sure the neck is more fixed. Yeah.
The most important thing is if you have a trauma patient, you must think there's a technical problem. Yeah?
And to place it, you like this. There is uh, a U shape like this. The curve. This ticket to this place in this side here, and then yang the other person uh,
Langsung dipasang gitu.
okay, like this. Okay, the ticket it same as with ticket. Okay. Terus, yeah, that's it.
Diangkat.
Okay. After that, we transfer it to bed for we evacuate it to ambulance and then to the near hospital. How to uh, leave the patient. Don't use your back muscle because it will hurt you. So use your leg muscle. Yes. Bend your knees and squat, and then with other people to help. Maybe
One, breathe, help. Okay.
it's okay. Okay. Then
You must active, right?
what?
Good. Biar mereka balik. You can see the
And then we leave it.
okay.
Then nah. But we have to remove this
Line.
this line, and how it we have to lock. The name is lock roll method. Jadi so we remove this belt, and then with help with another person, maybe one fixed this neck, and then the other maybe 2 or 3 people in here in this side. No, in this side. In the in my left.
Left side.
Left side.
Okay.
And then with count we have to maybe with 3 count, 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Oh, and then
You can
remove this board. Okay.
take the book. Yeah. Okay.
Again, make sure the neck is fixed. Then because we have to transfer with ambulance with high speed, so we have to fix the patient. Ya, copot. Ya. Oh iya. Okay. And then patient ready to transfer to near hospital.
Okay. Okay. You can go.
Then can go to Sampai naik gitu tuh. Keep lembut. Kebalik maksudnya. Cukup. Yes. And enough, okay?
First, I will give you the try spec. Okay, Julian? Nanti, what we do if we found the victim in the mass disaster? First of all, we should do the assessment. The first assessment is triage. In the Netherlands, it's also called triage. 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 In triage, we could divide it into the 4 level. The first is green label like us here. We could move it. We could mobilize ourselves freely. Then the second is we can delay the therapy or delay the therapy. We call it the yellow label. The yellow label, and then we should do the therapy immediately if we found the red label. And also there is the if we found the victim is deceased or dead, we put it into the black lab. How could we assess and divide it? We have 3 criteria. The first is respiration. We could assess the respiration rate. If the respiration rate is over 30 or there is no respiration at all, we could put it into the red label category. The second one is the pulse. The pulse we could assess it or evaluate it from the carotid artery or the radial artery. If we not found the carotid artery, then we should do, if we are the medic, we should do what? No, there's no pulse of carotid artery. We should do the CPR. We should do the CPR. If we are trained to do CPR, we should do the CPR. If we are not trained to do the CPR, we should seek for help. We could call the ambulance or the nearest medical center. Okay. Then the third criteria is mental status. The mental status, if like us here, is fully awake or alert. The system is called AVPU. AVPU. If like us here, we are alert. If responded to the verbal, we can call it the mental status is verbal. Terus if they respond to the pain stimulation, they call pain. The pain mental status. Or if they are not responding at all, they are categorized into the unconscious. How to check the victim response? Maybe. Yes. Okay. Is there enough if the victim is maybe in the red label or the yellow label? We must do it more. We do it more toughly maybe. Just like here, check the responses. Sir, if there's the verbal response check. How did we do the pain check? We use the finger here, put it on the sternum. You can squeeze it. If the patient is not respond, then there's some alteration in the mental status. Okay. Kemudian. Then there's some example of the situation. There's some situation here. There is some male. There's one male unconscious but respond to pain. Could obey the command. Respiratory rate is 14 times per minute. The radial 14 times per minute. the radial artery pulsation is adequate. Which label did you put this victim to? Julian, maybe? With a green label. Nani? Hmm? What label did you? Yellow? Yellow? Okay, this. Green, yellow, red. Yellow, yes. Yeah. Julian is right here because uh, the green label is only for the victim that could move freely. If they are unconscious but respond to pain and they can obey the command, do the simple command, there is no problem at the respiration and no problem at the pulsation. So we categorize into the yellow yellow label, not green because just because the victim is cannot move freely. Okay, the second one, female respond to verbal stimulation, respiratory rate 34 times per minute. Radial artery is normal. Which criteria did you choose? Did you write label? Agree? Oh yes. It's simple. If we found the 34 times per minute respiratory rate, so we put it into the red label. Only one criteria we found, we should categorize it into the red label. Here's some, all of you are medics here. What does the army officer do?
Which is the officer?
What
The
is
left one or
the right one? This,
the right?
what is he doing to the patient?
I'm not sure, but I think he is holding his neck.
Yes, holding his neck. Okay. Jauh teras. Okay. Arvan? Jauh teras. Okay, that's right. He's holding the patient while maintaining the jauh teras. So, this. Okay. Okay. Yes. If we suspect some cervical spine injury, we should secure the airway in the cervical spine. What could we do? First, we could do some immobilize the neck, like just Julian said, or do the jaw thrust. The only airway maneuver that we can do to the cervical spine injury. Okay. If we not see in the caption, we could categorize this patient into the just what's the picture here. Is he conscious? Is he could maintain the airway? No. So categorize into the red label. We could nggak usah lihat yang ini sudah bisa ya. And speak bahasa little. Okay, thank you. And this what's label? The moms here, the Indian's mom here. That's green label because he could move freely. It's okay. This is some victim of disaster, but it's not categorized into the categorized into the green label because he could move freely and there's no problem at all. Okay. Then if we could assess and we found that we choose that the victim or the patient that will be in the red label, we must put some ribbon or tape in the wrist. Then there is some hole here. You can put it in the ribbon in the hole. For what? Because the first person that encounter the victim is not medic. They just feel it the tries attack and then us as a medic just see this tries attack, so we could do the treatment, could do the therapy correctly. if the problem is from the respiration, we just see it here, so we could give the supplemental oxygen. If there's no pulse, so we could do the CPR. If there's some alteration of mental status, we could call some ambulance and secure the cervical. Okay. Yes. If there's some mass, so many casualties, there's only 3 people that bertugas di situ. So saya sebagai me as a medic tidak harus tanya ke satu-satu, tapi just seeing from this, I will help the patient according to the criteria from TRICE attack. Maybe that's all for the TRICE attack. This simple. There's 2 simple station here, the pain management, okay, and here the next station maybe doing some activities, CPR, how to split and how to evacuate the patient.
First of all, please introduce myself. My name is Zari Takwa from Anesthesiology Department. We'll learn together about cardiopulmonary resuscitation. Mostly, in the condition of the cardiac arrest, patient will be unconscious, right? There's no case, at least I never faced case that patient arrest in the cardiac and still conscious. Like that. I want to ask you first if there is one or is there is you guys that ever face the real condition that patient have to do CPR? No? No. Semoga enggak ya? Enggak ya. But we have to ready and we have to have the knowledge about that. Okay. First thing, if we find person with unconscious in the field, in the public area, or in everywhere, first thing that we have to do is check the response first. You can tap the shoulder or like that, or you can rub the chest also to stimulate the pain of the patient in the sternum or in the forehead. And you can pinch in the earlobe, like that. If there is no response, we directly move into check the carotid artery. You can palpate your carotid artery because the carotid artery is the least indicator that our heart is working. Yeah, maybe we if the condition of we still health, we can palpate our radialis or ulnaris artery. But if the condition of emergency like this, usually the radialis or ulnaris is not palpate at all. If there is a palpation in radialis or ulnaris, it must be a palpation in the carotid. But if the carotid is not palpate, it must be there is no palpation in radialis. So yeah.
Carotid first or
Carotid first. We directly into carotid. If you can find the palpation of the carotid in 10 seconds, we just putuskan aja. That there is no palpation in the carotid. Gitu, okay? So after that, if there is no palpation, what we have to do? There is one thing that you have to do before CPR. Not that you have to call for help. Code blue. In the hospital, you can just activate the code blue alarm, or in the field or in the public area, you can ask your friend or people around to call the ambulance.
And what's the district one, the electric one? The electric, yeah, I.
Yeah, that's true. Call for help if there is AED. We can ask for the AED and ambulance or medical staff. Or if there is a person who competent in this, maybe there is a doctor there, a nurse, or specialist in cardiac emergency. There, we can call for help, and we move directly into the CPR. First thing in the CPR is the replacement of the hand. Your strong hand is upper your weak hand, and your arm must be straight into the patient. Because if your arm is not straight into the patient, you use your arm strength, and that's very exhausting. More exhausting than if your arm straight. Because if your arm straight, you can use your body weight to the patient, and we have to make sure that the position of the patient is comfortable to us to do a CPR. If the patient in the bed and the bed is terlalu tinggi, gitu ya, too high for us, we can move into the bed like this. Don't be shy to move into the bed. Because if your position like this, or itu, nanti it's difficult to us to do a high quality CPR like that. This. Just directly drop your body, use your body weight into the patient. The depth is around 5 centimeter of 2 until 2.5 inch depth. So we can replace the contraction of the heart. And the frequency is about 100 until 120. But if the emergency case, usually we do a panic and our rhythm is changed because of heart rate also. We tachycardia also. So one of the trick to guide us is imagine the song that you like. One of the popular song is Sing Alive. It will be or Baby Shark. Yes, Baby Shark. Yes, that's 100. Yeah, Baby Shark. Or maybe another electronic sound. Electronic itu EDM. EDM. Yes, maybe a little bit arrogant to us, the patient dying in front of us and we just playing a song. But that's how we sing a Baby Shark and patient dying. But that's how okay. Okay. Yeah, you can use Baby Shark or Stay Alive or yeah, something like that. Frequency like that. And don't forget to full recoil the chest, so the blood can pull the heart, and we can replace the contraction, so the blood can circulate to the body, especially to the brain. Makanya in several cases we can up the leg of the patient, so the circulation is moved to the heart and to the brain first. Itu. Okay. And the cycle is about 30 CPR and 2 ventilation. We can repeat it 5 times. After that, we evaluate again the carotid. So, please do the CPR. We have 3 mannequins here. You can use the CPR to feel how hard or how easy to do CPR. Usually, because the replacement of the heart is the left side of the chest, we do the CPR from the left side of the patient. Usually. Straight your arm and drop your body.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay.
You can feel different if your arm not straight.
Yeah.
Don't use your arm strength. Use your body weight. Ya.
Jadi yang ngecek karotid itu setelah satu siklus.
Setelah 5 siklus. Heeh.
Jadi satu siklus 30 terus
Kena 2 kali, 32, 32 langsung lanjut. Hmm.
Am I doing it correctly?
Ya.
Or sorry.
Ya, heeh.
This is
Heeh.
the deep.
Apa?
Is the deepness?
Yes. Heeh.
Oh, okay.
5 centimeter.
You have to do it gently.
Dok, kalau dari kanan boleh?
Apa?
Kalau dari kanan.
Boleh. Tapi biasanya akan lebih susah. Soalnya dia dextrokardi, heeh. Kita kan lebih ke ini aja. Mm-mm.
Too sharp.
If you too short, berarti nggak comfortable for you. You have to,
Yeah, I think
Uh-uh.
I'm sure.
and we have to make sure the pace of the patient is heart solid. Ini ya,
betul nggak? Bener nggak? Gimana? Coba.
apa?
Bener nggak?
Lurus, aksisnya lurus. Ini, Mm-mm.
Kamu nekannya pakai badan.
pakai badan.
So weird.
Heeh. Jatuhkan badannya. Lebih dalam lagi.
Ini tetap lurus tadi.
You have to do it gently. Maybe it will hurt the patient. Yeah, it's hurt, but patient need it. Patient need it.
Bener gini.
Heeh. Lebih dalam lagi. If the rib crack, it's the complication. If you broke the rib, it's better than just let patient dying. Let them dying. Uh-uh. The surgeon can fix the broken rib, but cannot
Can I fix the
fix.
heartbeat?
Yeah. That's the ideal position. If the patient is on the floor. Okay.
What is this for?
This AED, automatic defibrillator device.
Like the.
Yeah, the simple device from defibrillator.
The simple one.
But there is no lid here. Actually, there's a two lid. You can
Like
put it,
here and here.
in the right and the left.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it's small. No, because like in dramas,
Oh, like drama.
it looks small.
This one?
Yeah. But it looks,
Hmm.
yeah, it looks big when it's finally
Hmm.
so heavy.
Okay. With this device, the device can automatically synchronize and analyze the wave of the heart. So, if the patient is shockable or not shockable, we know about that. Question is shockable if the wave of the heart is. Is there a medical student here? Yeah. If question, the wave of the heart is shockable if the wave is not the frequency but the wave, kind of the wave. Ventricle tachycardia is still normal.
Ventricular.
Ventricular fibrillation or ventricular VTVF. Kok saya jadi lupa sih? Oh, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. Ventricular tachycardia. Yes. Yeah. VTVF. It means there is activity of the heart, but it's not good enough to pump the rhythm. So we have to reset the heart to pump correctly. But if the wave is asystole or PEA, there's a activity in the ECG, but there is no pulsation. It's useless to do a shock. It's unshockable. But with this device, it can analyze by itself when it's shockable or unshockable. Your axis have to straight away. Harus tegak lurus sama ini ya. Nah, kalau ini kan miring, berarti kamu dekatkan pasiennya, atau seperti itu. Harus lurus. Lebih lurus, harus lurus. Lebih ke tengah? Lebih ke tengah? Ha-ha.
Ini mau kunci.
Apa namanya? Tanda pasti bahasa Inggrisnya? Tanda pasti. Exact sign for the death of the patient. We can evaluate the pupil if total mydriasis, or you can auscultate the heart and you check the body. Kalau ada kaku, stiffness, and ini apanya? Ini mayat, kaku mayat sama apa namanya? Lebam mayat. Ya, rigor mortis. But usually the rigor mortis baru keluar, itu after several hours. And you are not doing CPR for several hours, right? Yeah. Yeah. Or the family of the patient is menolak. Say the patient. The CPR, tricyclic CPR, we can use in the patient with cardiac arrest with patient with cardiac arrest with no comorbidities. If you find in the hospital or something like that, with patient with a lot of comorbidities like end stage of cancer, something like that, you have to educate the family first. If the family want to do CPR or not, because it still hurt the patient, and the survival rate is not high. And even though the patient is survive, it's very high possibilities to back into the cardiac arrest condition again. So CPR is not the best thing for all patients. We have to back to the background of the patient like that. Any question before we move? Huh?
Yang 25 menit itu katanya tidak mending.
Oh yeah, the brain dead. Oh dear, it is. That's a little bit right and not totally wrong. Gitu ya. Not totally right, not totally wrong. Because if you write high quality CPR, you can replace totally the function of the heart. So the brain is still oxygenated. Like that. If, but ya gitu. Itu sangat susah dan ya maybe low probability to replace the function of the heart, something like that. If there is a ambu bag or mask like that, you can use maneuver like that. You can use it in the patient. We use a CE clamp maneuver. CE clamp. C for the mask and E, the 3 left finger in the mandibula, in the jaw. And simultan with the triple airway maneuver. You have to use head tilt, chin lift, and jaw thrust. So the axis of the respiratory tract is straight and open. The patient with obesity and unconscious, usually the tongue is dropped to the back and close the airway. We can use the airway device like this. We can open this. Buka aja lah. We can use just insert to the mannequin. No. But this is not mannequin for that. Not appropriate mannequin for to that. this airway device to prohibit the tongue for closing the respiratory tract. You have to evaluate. There is two algorithm. You can check the airway first, or you can check the circulation first. For me, there's a difference. ATLS use the C, CAB, because in ATLS the main problem is from the cardiac. There's no problem for the airway and breathing. Yeah, you can. And the CE, you can use your thumb right there. Kalau ada bocor, you can move like this, like this. You can adjust. Okay. Measure the heart rate. But if the ATLS for trauma, there's a car crash or injury like that, usually the heart is still beating, but there's a problem in the airway and breathing. So we can evaluate the airway first. If there is a snoring, we can use that, or we can just adjust the patient into the right or the left side of patient, so the tongue is not dropped and close the airway. If there is a gurgling, maybe there's a blood or saliva, you can just suction it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. And that, I think everyone understand. There is a feedback for me. We learn together, not one way. Maybe there is a mistake for me. Maybe there's a different algorithm in the Philippines.
Oh, we don't know. We're still nutrition students.
Nutrition student. This is for common people, not for medicals. This CPR. Maybe for the IV line, intubation, and line. Yeah, that's. But for the CPR, everyone must be able to do it. Yes.
So like the Itaewon in Korea, the Halloween season.
Ah.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
More people were helping for CPR.
Mm-mm. You can save life. Okay. Is there any question? No? Is there any question? Thank you very much. And very nice to see you. Oke. Oke, sama-sama. Bukan sama-sama ya Tagalog ya.
Now. Yeah. So, in case of disasters, yeah, some common trauma that will happen in the field is fractures, yeah, on the extremity, or injuries or fractures also in the vertebra on the spine. So, the principle for the treatment patient with extremity injuries, we have to do splinting. Splinting is to immobilize the injured limb, so that we will secure and make the patient more comfortable and safe to transport to other place, yeah, or facilities. So, for example, if there is a fractures in the lower forearm, yeah, we have to use some splint. Yeah, we can use some board like this. Yeah, please make sure that the board is long enough, yeah, to cover in two joints. Yeah, if there is a fracture in the forearm, so we have use the board that including the elbow joint and the wrist joint. Yeah, so can put beneath the injured limb, and then because the board is hard, yeah, so we have to put some soft paddings. Yeah, don't forget to give some soft paddings in the bony prominence like the olecranon or the wrist. Yeah, so put the paddings between the board and the limb, and then covered with other splint. Yeah, and then fix it. You can use the bandage like this or by rope. Yeah. Okay. The principle is stabilize the limb. Yeah. Don't too tight or don't too loose. Yeah. Okay. If there is no bandage, we can do using a rope. Yeah. We fix it in the 3 points. Yeah, in the proximal, in the middle, and also in the distal. At least 3 points. Okay. After we apply the spin, don't forget to reevaluate the neurovascular status. Yeah, because whether we it too tight. Yeah, if we encircle it too tight, it will make the limb ischemic. Yeah? So we can ask the patient whether the patient feel numbness or pain. Yeah, or we can evaluate the vascular ID, semi the fingertip. Yeah, the normal fingertip will reddish like this and then warm, and then if we push the nail, yeah, it will become white, and then if we release it, yeah, under 2 seconds should be back to red. Yeah, this is normal capillary refill. Yeah, okay, and then the same things, the same principle if there is a fracture or injury in the lower extremity. Yeah, for example, in the femur. Yeah, so for the femur, yeah, we have to choose the longer board. Yeah, because the same principle we have to pass the lower and also the upper joint. Yeah, okay, but in the lower extremity, it's better to have at least three board. Yeah, first is insert beneath. Yeah, we did the limb. Yeah, just make sure that pass the buttock or pass the hip joint, and then put one in the outer side, and then another one in the inner side. Yeah, and then fix it the same way like this. Yeah, so it will secure the joints, and then don't forget to also encircle the hip to the opposite side. Yeah, yeah, because it will securely the hip joint also. Yeah. Okay, and then how if there is a open wound in the extremity? Yeah, because some trauma also have there is an open wound that actively bleeding. Yeah, how to stop it?
First you compress.
Yeah, we have to make the compressive dressing. Yeah, don't do roping the extremity. Yeah, jangan ditali di proximalnya. Yeah, if you do rope in the proximal, the bleeding will stop, but the entire length will be ischemic. So we have to do compressive dressing. Yeah, take some bulky dress like this. Yeah, put above the bone, yeah, the bone, and then encircle it. Yeah, it's called with compressive dressing. The highest pressure will be in this point only. Yeah, the other side is safe. Yeah, so it will make the bleeding stop, but the entire length is safe. Yeah, okay. Okay. Another trauma that possibly happen in the disasters that we have give concern is trauma including the cervical and also the spine. Yeah. For the spine, the same principle we have to do immobilization with the safe way. Yeah, we call it inline immobilization. So we make the spine still in line. Yeah, don't do excessive movement because the excessive movement will increase the risk for further injuries of the spine. Yeah. What is the worst risk of the spine injury? Do you know? Paralysis. Paralysis. Yeah, extremity paralysis. Not only extremity paralysis, but also the breath muscle paralysis. Yeah, you can imagine if the patient cannot breathe, it's with the yeah mortality or fatality. So to the inline immobilization for the cervical, we can apply this kind of device. It's called with cervical collar. Yeah, hard cervical collar. Okay, yeah, at least 2%. 1% is stabilizing the head and the cervical so that there is no excessive movement. Yeah, and then other person is applying the splint. Okay. Yeah. Sometimes the patient is immobilized. Yeah. We have to transport the patient to other place. Yeah. We can do device like this. We call it long spine board or stoop stretcher. Yeah. But we have to do some maneuvers that safely put the board, yeah, beneath the patient. Yeah, we call it with lock roll movement. Yeah, lock roll movement. Yeah, at least 2%, 3%, yeah, 1% in the head. Yeah, to securely the head and the cervical side, and then 2% rolling the body. Yeah, put the head like this. Yeah, the center head is crossing like this, and then follow the comment from the uh, head side. Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Yeah. Simultaneously around the body. Yeah. From the head to the body. Yeah. And then other person can insert the board. Yeah. Okay. Then if we roll back, also follow the instruction from the leader. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Please try. The person. One person the head and the body, and the inserting the board.
Okay. Sorry.
Follow the command. Follow the leader. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Now the person is insert the board. Okay. Hold it back. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay. And then
Other
move to the
side.
other side.
Never allowed.
Okay. Nah,
Yeah.
okay. Yes. When ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Hold it back. 1, 2, 3, go. Yeah. Fix it. Okay. Also, and then and if the face patient can transfer to other facility. Okay. And move patient to ambulance or other. Now continue. Yeah. Anyone else? What is it? How to fly? How to fly? You can do this for immobilizing the extremity, especially upper extremity for the mandible, upper arm or injuries. Yeah. Okay. So put and excessive part is you can have time. Please do. Please try. Do splinting or using Nutella like this. Please.
Giving us
Yeah.
non-medical students the chance.
Okay. Put the soften it.
And wrist. Wrist. Okay. Do you also put like above or no need?
Yes.
Also.
Yeah.
Two.
At least if there is only one, it's okay. Yeah. After one, then you can do the finish. But two or more is better. Two or more is better. have the
Can you just raise it up?
yeah.
Okay.
The person is having healthy immunity.
Yes.
You do like this, too loose, yeah.
Too loose?
Too loose, not still enough, yeah.
This is okay?
Okay, yeah. You have to keep the tension appropriately.
Ah, now it's easier. Sorry. How do you lock it? Just
Yeah, just
tape?
tape with tape or insert tape.
Yeah, inside inside.
Inside the
You can just do like that.
okay. Okay, don't forget to reevaluate the fingers, yeah. Questions. Yeah. Okay. This try the meantime, ah? We'll try.
Like anyone?
Yeah. To other friends. Yeah. Put the triangle side, yeah. Triangle side, knee, elbow. Yeah. Okay. Good.
Okay, and then
Good. Okay. Good.
Like you're gonna help her. Natawa na yung Jobe.
I think it should be
Okay. Yeah.
Higher?
Yeah. Okay. Adjust the height and then yeah. Okay.
okay.
Nurse ka na? Thank you. Gamit sa akin eh.
Any questions?
Welcome to family demonstration. Above is a definition of pain. Pain is sensory and emotional. I think different people have a different impact for the pain. You have a different. If I punch you with same pressure, I think different score. Ya. Jadi pain itu is subjektif sebenarnya. Itu next is do you know Wong Baker score? Wong Baker score is O to 10. O is not pain and 10 is a worse pain. Wong Baker score is important if you read the medical record. Ya tadi saya jelaskan kalau you have a different Wong Baker score. If I punch with some pressure, Wong Baker score is different. If different people for different people. The important for the common people is a price. Price is for the procedure for soft tissue, most minor soft tissue injury. P for protect. You can use these tools. Different injuries use the different tools. For knees, for elbow, for hand. For neck, like collar neck, it's different injuries. Use the different tools. R is rest. Rest, you can take a bed rest, or you can rest your part of your injury. You can use the crutch. What for? This for you take your injury cannot take the more injury again gitu. Jadi you can rest it with the crutch. Terus ice, you can use the ice packs. Use the ice packs, and then you can use the kain ya. Yeah. If you the injury is right there, you can compress. Or if you don't have ice pack, you can use the ice cubes. But if you don't have ice cubes, you can use the apa aja, misal iced tea, or you can take the Indomaret drink, you can compress, it's no problem. Pakai apa aja, I think it's cold. Yeah. C for compress, E for elevate. You can use the pillow for your elevate your injury. When you don't cannot take the ice cube direct to your skin because it takes the ice burn injury. It can hurt again. Next, this gabungan dari semuanya. You can elevate, take the ice cubes, you can rest, then avoid the ini pakai bandage. You cannot tie it away. You cannot tie.
Can cause skin.
Yeah. So if you at home, you want to sleep, you can release this. Release the bandage for the ischemic and don't make the contracture. So you can release. It's okay. Then next is the medicine. The most common medicine for the pain is paracetamol. We use the paracetamol for common pain because apa? Ya kenapa? Kenapa yang dipilih paracetamol dulu? Why you use the paracetamol first? Why not ketorolac or natrium diclofenac or some others?
Because
Ibuprofen is I think is same with paracetamol.
Methylenic acid. Methylenic acid, acetaminophen.
Ya boleh acetaminophen or the next natrium diclofenac. I think is more suitable for maybe. But the natrium diclofenac is you know the side effect. The most natrium diclofenac side effect of natrium diclofenac.
What?
Most side effect of natrium diclofenac.
Diclofenac. Oh.
Okay. The most problem in the hospital. Jadi natrium diclofenac itu can make the stomach ulcer. Main problem for natrium diclofenac is stomach ulcer. Stomach ulcer is most common we can meet in the tertiary hospital until the you can until the stomach is bolong bahasa Inggrisnya perforasi in gaster. Perforasi gaster. And then if the natrium diclofenac cannot reduce your pain, what should you do? Tramadol is a weak opioid, so you can use tramadol combined with acetaminophen, or you can inject the ketorolac first. Jadi ketorolac is the until after you get the natrium diclofenac, I think it's ketorolac first, and then you can use opioid. So if you have stomach ulcer, what should you take first? What's medicine for your pain you take first? For the pain? Okay, paracetamol then. If the paracetamol cannot reduce your pain, I think you just inject the ketorolac aja. Ketorolac is safe with injection, it's no problem. keterolak is keterolak, right? Iya sih.
Keterlaluan udah mereknya ya?
Apa yang nantinya? Bisa gitu keterolak nih.
Kalau cocktail kan bisa ya?
Ya katoksit juga bisa, cuma jarang kita temuin kan. Kalau di Indonesia is keterolak prometamol. Keterolak gitu. Terus what do you think if the pain kamu biarin sih? You just feel the pain and you just mind it.
Yang sendiri gitu ya.
It's a side effect of it. Misalnya,
quality of life menurun.
ya quality of life menurun. Why?
Uncomfortable.
So, if uncomfortable,
You cannot function well doing activities daily activities.
ya itu ya. And heart rate is increasing, right? Your heart rate is increasing, your respiratory rate is increasing, stress. You don't want to eat, you don't want to anything. So, the problem is come from that. The pain is very important. Heart rate increase can affect your heart, make irregular rhythm kan, until AF gitu. So I have apa namanya experience jadi dia masuk jarum, masuk itu until dia feel the pain until the regular rhythm in ECG is AF. So until asystole. Jadi pain is very important. I'm from reduction anesthesia. Jadi the anesthesia is very important. The quality of life in misal after cesarea, misalnya in cancer pain. If you have cancer pain, you can do anything kan? Karena if cancer pain is a severe pain, so you don't want to do anything. Jadi you just bed rest and take a pneumonia. You don't want to eat, you make dehydration. So the pain is very important. If the cancer pain, biasanya kita pakai epidural in take the epidural with bupivacaine. We take the epidural for cancer pain biasanya, atau dengan obat-obatan misal fentanyl, opioid yang kelas tinggi itu biasanya gitu. Makanya pain is important for anesthesia and protection hospital is very important. If you tertarik bahasa Indonesia apa? Interest with anesthesia, I think pain is important. Ada yang mau tanya? Udah?
Kalau untuk manajemen nyeri mungkin untuk terapi murotal atau musik penenang mungkin bisa ya?
Bisa juga, atau bisa juga dengan ini. Kalau sekarang tuh pakai ini loh, apa namanya, akupuntur. Itu kan sekarang ada ilmunya juga, itu bisa juga. Dia kan memblok saraf-saraf. Itu namanya kalau di anestesi itu ada namanya terapi RFA. Ada itu apa?
RFA.
Nah, RFA. Jadi RFA itu contohnya radio frequency ablation. Jadi dia mengablasi titik nyeri. Sebenarnya sama itu prinsip same things with akupuntur sebenarnya. Tapi kalau radio frequency is menggunakan alat yang berbeda. Gitu. Ada yang mau tanya lagi? Biasanya ngelakuin RFA is neuro or anestesi biasanya. Ada yang tanya lagi? Udah? Cukup? Oke. Ya, terima kasih. Thank you for the attention. You can take the next session.
Terima kasih.
Terima kasih.